Well, if you are looking to save some money, a common obstacle for people is credit card debt. But there is a way to avoid this and escape that debt. Troy Sutton tells us how in this week's KTAB Financial Friday.
Lyle Stander, an American actor, summed up frequent American psychology when he said, "Anyone who lives within his means suffers from a lack of imagination." Many people that decide to take control of their financial future do not start from zero. They start from less than zero. According to an article in the USA Today several months ago, the average American household has now $16,000 in credit card debt. That means we're having more fun than we should be, right? That's up about an average of $8,000 a few years ago. So when you get to the brass tacks, though, and we really look at the picture, it's not the credit card debt itself that's killing us, it's the interest and the taxes. Let's do the math. A credit card balance of $16,000, annual interest charge 19%, minimum monthly payment $320, monthly interest charge $300, annual interest charge $3,000. Tax cost 15% average, approximately $500. That means you've got to earn $3,500 each year just to pay the interest on that thing. What? Your two biggest costs aren't just the fact that you live beyond your means, it's worse due to taxes and interest. So what's the solution? Well, cut the interest rate and the debt becomes manageable. There are so many credit card companies who would love to receive your balance transfer for a small fee of maybe 3 to 5% on the transfer, and then they'll give you 12 to 18 months of 0% financing. In our prior example, at 0% interest, the $3,000 you paid in minimum payments significantly reduces your principal by nearly 20%. That's progress. That's exciting. That's motivating when you can actually see improvement. Credit cards have an interesting history. You see, Diners Club and American Express pioneered credit card companies back in the 1950s. They made most of their money from membership fees and sales commissions. They fully expected their customers to pay off their balance within 30 to 60 days. What? Who does that nowadays? Only the elite or super credit-worthy individuals could qualify for a credit card back then. In the 1960s, banks got involved by offering what is called revolving credit. This allowed users to stretch out payments past 30 to 60 days, and the bank would, of course, charge interest. Hallelujah! You and I get to pay interest fees. By the 1970s, banks were in high swing, incentivizing consumers to charge up and pay the minimum. Why? Because the banks made their money off the interest, not the membership fees, not the sales commissions. So that is our first step in tackling your credit card debt. Reduce the interest charge. Go to websites like nerdwallet.com, bankrate.com, creditcards.com, and they'll help you find a credit card that suits your credit score and your balance transfer needs. Yes, your credit score will be affected, and probably negatively in the short term, by opening up another credit card. If you have another card that you've owned for some time with no balance on it, see if they'll receive a transfer first from the charged up card. After all, the length of time each credit account is open affects your credit score. So the longer the period, the better. Second step is to remember that you can't get out of debt by paying the minimums. You need to move. If you're treading water a mile from the beach, by Jove, you'll never rest by just treading water. You've got to swim to the beach and get to the sand before you can get out of the water. So pay more than the minimums and only pay on one card at a time. If you've got more than one credit card, consolidate or simply pay the minimums on all the credit cards you've got but one. This is called snowballing, and it's a topic for another day. Third step, if you can't pay cash, don't buy it. $200 for a pair of pants seems way more expensive if you're handing over a stack of $20 bills. To avoid carrying bunches of cash around, though, you can still use your credit card, but do what I do. Move to a weekly payoff plan rather than a monthly payoff plan. Every Saturday, send the credit card company the entire week's worth of charging. Then the money is out of your checking account. You don't rack up any more debt than you can afford to pay. Fourth step is simple. If you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Quit spending money and do away with frivolous and perishable purchases. These ideas will create wealth for you by getting you out of the common trap of too much of the wrong kind of debt. Consumer debt, worthless debt, high interest bondage is not worth it. I heard a comedian say, in many instances, it might be more accurate if marriage vows stated, "Till death do us part." Have a great day.
Thank you, Troy. If you would like to contact Sutton Financial Group, they are located at 2449 South Willis in Suite 106. You can give them a call at 437-0709 or go to suttonfinancialgroup.com.